Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Heaven help me. I just watched the first episode of Velma, the new comedy show from HBO Max. This is the show that they kept. They ditched another Scooby-Doo show, which was 95% finished or something, and they thought this was the best way to put your front foot forward. There's 2 episodes out at the moment. I couldn't even bring myself to watch the second one. 25 minutes long, felt like an eternity, didn't laugh once, absolute garbage. What do you expect from current day? In actual fact, this was probably the most current day of current day shows. Absolutely riddled with ideology, intersectional feminism, white man bad, everything that you detest about Hollywood right now is personified in this show. Complete and utter garbage. This is from Mindy Kaling. I remember her from The Office. I haven't really seen her on too much else. Apparently she's a comedian. She could have fooled me. The writing in this show is so fucking basic, bitch. It's unreal. But oh my god. So as you probably are aware, they pretty much race changed everyone in the show, apart from Fred, because they need the white man to be the center of jokes and the butt of ridicule, because that's what white man is now, from racist Hollywood that pretends to be progressive, that likes to cut pieces off kids and go, yay, but don't drink till you're 21, but I'll cut your bits and pieces off at 7. This, by the way, is the synopsis. I'm going to read it out verbatim of how they wanted to market the show to encourage people to watch. At Crystal Cove High School, Daphne, Constance Wu, because Daphne's now Asian, she isn't a white girl anymore, she's Asian, is a popular mean girl orphan who deals drugs because of a dark family secret. Her boyfriend, Fred, Glenn Howerton, who obviously stays as a white man, personifies mediocre white richness. His mansion holds a dark secret. His dark secret is he hasn't gone through puberty. He's so pampered as a rich white guy that his body hasn't felt the need to go through puberty. I'm not making this up. I promise, hand on heart, I'm not making this up. His mansion holds a dark secret, and he has teeny whittle privates. Verbatim. A subject of much conversation. Shaggy has become Norville, a school newspaper striver friend-zoned by his beloved Velma. He worries he's a beta male to some. Remember that lame humor concept from 20 years ago? Oh, and there's no Scooby. There's no Scooby-Doo. So Mindy has self-inserted herself. Mindy has used Velma as a self-insert. So we now have Indian Velma, who goes on about how hairy she is, Asian Daphne, who's a bitch. White guy Fred, who hasn't gone through puberty and's got a baby dick because he's white and rich, ergo privileged. And Shaggy, who's now Norville, and he's black. The show starts off with Mindy, who I don't know if Mindy's had sex in the last 15 years because this show is so thirsty, it's unreal. It starts off with constant references to girls being lesbians, 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 lesbians. Her character hints in the first episode that she's into chicks and dudes. And then they go, oh, aren't we edgy? We're in a shower, naked, loads of girls, but they're not. Well, they are, but they're not. They try and say, aren't we edgy? This show's got nudity. It doesn't, because they've got soap suds on the tits and the bits. So you don't see anything apart from butt crack. And then it's like, oh, aren't we edgy? Isn't this show edgy? The first episodes are normally really edgy. Remember that? Because obviously pilot shows put everything in, and then networks, they say, yeah, we like the show, but we want to farm it to a family audience to get rid of the tits from the show, get rid of the language. That's what they do in Hollywood when it comes to pilots. Sometimes pilots have a lot more in it than when the show actually releases, and then they edit the pilot to get rid of certain elements, then put that pilot out as the first episode. Stuff like that. So, you know, so self-referential. Oh my God. All the guys in it are pathetic and useless. Her dad is useless. Fred is useless. Norville, aka Shaggy, useless. All the women are in charge. Her stepmom is a social media influencer who's pregnant and is trying to get photos of her pregnant to put on the gram. Velma's plagued by hallucinations because her mum left when she was a kid. And she thought it was because Velma is good at mysteries. And then we discover that her mum didn't leave because of her mystery. She left because the family was horrible. And then we discover, this is all in the first episode of 20 minutes, you know, long. And we discover that her mum didn't leave because she hated everyone. She left because of Velma's mysteries. Who cares? Meanwhile, a couple of mean girls at school are getting murdered, and their heads are getting cut off, top of their heads, and their brains are being stolen. The first person they accuse is Fred. And it's not Fred. And then Daphne's parents are lesbians. I know, if this sounds just like if this just sounds like, hey, I want you to write a comedy show that isn't remotely funny, that's set for a modern day, aka tiny pocket of Hollywood audience that they think the whole world thinks like, how would you do it? Boom, boom, the show. So it ends with Fred being accused, but Fred didn't do it. So it went into the next episode. I couldn't watch the next episode. I couldn't do it. It was just fucking trash. Not a single solitary joke. And that's not me purposely trying not to laugh because, you know, I'm here to hate the show. No, I watched the show and I just waited. I waited for anything, just something to go, at least that was okay. Nothing, not a scrap. Terribly written, so fucking narcissistical from Mindy's perspective, Mindy Kaling's perspective. She's so fucking wonderful. Gross at the same time, but wonderful, you know. Oh. I'm not going to watch anymore. I'm done. This is the epitome of Hollywood. Absolute garbage. Pathetic trash. Woke, pathetic nonsense. For God's sake, somebody make some good television. I'm going to blow my fucking brains out. See you in the next video. Bye for now.